Hey, we're over at Mac Woods, over near Silver Lake in Mears, Michigan. We're getting ready to take a tour of the dunes. We're going to take one of these cool little buggies.
Who's driving?
All right, here we go. We're off. We're about to take our dune ride.
See you later, alligator. Well, that's a pretty house. Some really pretty houses back here. That's a mansion.
All right, now as you can see, we're gonna have to get across this little bridge here to get up onto the dunes. And we call it termite bridge because the bridge is made out of wood and, just as you would suspect, loaded with termites. Yeah, and I can see that you're frightened. Yeah, but you don't have to worry, okay? We are probably not going to go crashing through the bridge into the raging waters below, because we've designed a technique that's gonna lighten the load up enough so that we can get safely across, okay? But I do need your help. So as we pull up to the bridge, I need you to take a deep breath, okay? As we get on the bridge, just let it all out. And whatever you do, don't take another breath until we're safely across the other side, okay? Are you guys ready?
All right.
All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go. All right, deep breath. Okay, let it out. Here we go. Hey, we made it. Yeah, if you wondered why we put those seat belts on you, hey, check out the last guy who didn't think he needed his right over here. Hit a big bump a few years ago, shot him right off, stuck head first right there in the sand. And yeah, we were gonna pull him out too, but then we started to think, you know, what better way to remind people to wear their seat belts, right? He didn't complain, so we left him there. He's doing a pretty good job. Most people wear their seat belts like they're supposed to now, so there you go, right? Yeah, now from up here, you can see almost the entire 1,800 acres of sand dunes that we have here at Silver Lake. All of them are owned by the state of Michigan now, so this is all part of the Silver Lake State Park up here. Now the state's actually divided these dunes up into 3 different sections for you guys to use. So if you look to the north, you might be able to see a few vehicles zipping around over there on the far north end of the dunes. That's what we call the ORV, or off-road vehicle area. Now that's where you can take your own vehicle or rent one here in Silver Lake and drive it around in the dunes all by yourself over on the north side, right? And then we have this section right here that's now leased by Mac Woods from the state, so that we're allowed to drive our dune scooters out here on these trails that we've made for you. And in between the 2 vehicle areas, there's a big part of the dunes that's been set aside just for people to hike on and enjoy. And we call that the pedestrian area, right? No vehicles allowed. So if you wanted to, you could actually hike from Silver Lake, which is over this ridge to your right, all the way over to Lake Michigan. Right? So even though it's only about 1.5 miles from Lake Michigan to Silver Lake, it takes about 10 days to cross that. So,
No, we did it.
Yeah.
It took like an hour.
Really? Wow, you're in a lot better shape than I am then, because it felt like 10 days when I did it. Yeah. Now, does anybody know what we're supposed to do when we go down a big hill on a dune ride?
Yell.
Yeah, put your hands up and yell, right? Now, you don't have to worry. This is not the biggest hill on the ride, okay? This is what we like to think of as our test hill. So this is your test to see if you're ready for the bigger hills later in the ride, okay? You guys ready for your test?
Yeah.
All right. right, let's give it a shot. Here we go.
Hands up.
Say goodbye to Sandy there.
Bye, Sandy.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Silver Lake over there on your right. Lake Michigan out there in front of us.
Hi.
Look how pretty.
Where? That's Silver Lake?
No, that's Lake Michigan.
Yeah. Now, if you've seen a map of Michigan, you may have noticed about halfway up the west coastline here, there are 2 points that come out into the lake. And we're actually on the southernmost point right here. This is called Little Point Sauble. Now, Big Point Sauble is to the north of us up past the Ludington area. Now, sometimes I've even heard this referred to as the Narrows of Lake Michigan because from here to Wisconsin is only about 60 miles. It's actually the closest point that I could find between Wisconsin and Michigan right here off our beach, which is super important in case you ever want to swim across, right? This would be the spot you'd want to try it right here. Yep. Yeah. Now, we do have a lighthouse down the beach about a mile south of us, and it is said to be one of the tallest lighthouses on Lake Michigan. So if you haven't been down to check that out, I'll show you how to get down there on our way back, okay? All right, let's keep moving.
Do you want to go there? Oh, is that something you guys
Now this is our wildlife area out here on the dunes, and of course we call it that because this is where the drivers hang out after work, right over here, right? Yeah, we do have a few wild animals that'll join us out here once in a while, typical Michigan animals though. So we'll see our white-tailed deer, fox, coyotes, turkeys, camels, those kind of things.
Camels?
Yeah. Sadly though, we rarely get to see them during the day. I think they kind of hear us coming or something, but you know, we'll see a lot of tracks like these white-tailed deer tracks alongside the trail here. So we know they're out here. They just do a pretty good job of hiding from us during the day. So now I do like to talk a little bit about something neat that happens out here if we have a thunderstorm that crosses the dune area. So if lightning strikes the sand out here, it'll actually heat it up hot enough to melt it. Right? This dune sand out here at Silver Lake will melt into kind of a grayish glass-like material that we call a fulgurite. Usually takes some sort of a tube-like shape. And you can find them out here on the dunes after a windy day, might uncover them from where they've been melted into sand. Now, for some reason, the best spot that I found to look for them over the years is about halfway to Lake Michigan on that pedestrian area, right over in there. Yeah, now if you don't feel like hiking that far to see some melted sand, you don't have to worry. The Wood family's been driving their dune scooters out here for 89 years this summer. And one of their hobbies is to find these fulgurites out here in the dunes. So They do have some of the biggest ones they found over the years on display back in the gift shop. So you can check them out when we get back. And if you like what you see, come out and look for them yourself, right? There you go. Any questions at all before we leave the wildlife area? All right. Silver Lake out there in front of us.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Lake Michigan, back where we left it, about 1.5 miles away, right? Now this is a really good spot to talk about how the wind moves the sand around out here at Silver Lake, because it's always amazing for me to think that every grain of sand that you're looking at out here actually had to come from the beach area on Lake Michigan at one time. And it really didn't even start there. It's actually been brought down the shoreline first by wave action and then blown off the beaches by the prevailing winds out here, which typically come out of the northwest, like you're feeling right now. So you can see how over the years that wind off the lake has been blowing the sand inland, and of course poor Silver Lake is right in the way of these moving dunes. There are spots on the lake over in this corner that they tell me fill in as much as 6 to 10 feet a year, so it's a good thing you guys came when you did. Next summer Silver Lake's going to be a little bit smaller, especially over in that corner. Yeah, believe it or not, there's several cottages that have been buried up completely over on this side of the dunes over the years, underneath that big ridge over there that goes all the way down into the lake. And that ridge now is actually one of the tallest dunes out here. We call that Sugarloaf. And it is on the pedestrian area, so after the ride you guys can take a run over there and go up and down it a few times, right? It's a pretty good workout. Or you can do one of my favorite things. On my days off, I enjoy climbing to the top, lathering up with lots of oily sunscreen, and then just rolling down into Silver Lake. Yeah, it's very exfoliating, right? Of course, I'm 86 years old. You probably can't tell though, can you? Right? You look good. Yeah. Right over here, we're gonna stop and see if we can find a parking spot and let you guys off for a few minutes. So, let's see here.
There's that today.
All right, we're gonna stop here for about 5 to 10 minutes so you guys can check out this bridge. If you'd like me to take a picture of your group, I'd be happy to do that for you. If you want to run down the other side of the hill, feel free. Just remember we leave in about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, here we go. Yeah! Well, I did forget to mention that we've been having a little trouble with spiders up in the woods this summer. These little tiny spiders like to hang down from the trees and then get in your hair and stuff. So, yeah, if you see any little spiders or anything, let me know.
Okay.
And I will speed up a little bit so you can read them fast. Elizabeth.
Did you see it? Did you see the spider? You missed it? Yeah, it's a big tree.
All right, we are going to have to go back across Termite Bridge, so let me back it up so we get a little run at it here.
Ready? Hold on.
All right, here we go. we didn't make it. Somebody must not let all their breath out. Oh well. As long as you're stuck here a second, I'll tell you a little bit about this channel here. This is actually the outlet right here for Silver Lake. So this is Silver Lake water that's flowing underneath us here. It actually goes all the way out to Lake Michigan if you follow it to the west. Now we call this Silver Creek, and it actually doubles as my complaint department. So if you have any complaints about my driving, then you can exit to the right or the left right here. Now this is the road right here that'll take you out to the lighthouse that we talked about earlier. About a mile and a half from Mac Woods out to the lighthouse. And they do have tours now during the day.
We go again.
Do a little more.
We have a very
All right, folks, there you go. You made it back. Safe and sandy, right? If you want to check out those fulgurites we talked about, they're right inside the front door of the gift shop. And I do have stickers for the survivors. If you'd like a sticker, just see me on the other side of the vehicle here.
Well, our dune ride with Mac Woods was absolutely amazing. We had a great time, and I would highly recommend checking this out if you're in Mears, Michigan, or near Silver Lake. Our driver, Tim, was informative, charismatic, and kept us laughing the entire time. Mac Woods is currently scheduled to open for the season on May 15th of 2020. Prices for the dune ride are $20 for ages 12 and up, $12 for ages 3 to 11, and free for children under 2. We'll include a link to Mac Woods Dune Rides website in the show notes. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. If you'd like to see more from Silver Lake and Mears, Michigan, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to click on the compass so you'll know when the next video comes out. Remember, adventure is just a short drive away.